on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'aventure? Après ça, le président, un pauvre qui vote ou celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Après ça, le président, à l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux. Vraiment. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. Wonderful. À la présidence, il y a un vieux. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux, des vieux, des vieux.
Hi. Good day, the beautiful people of the Cameroons. Good day, the beautiful people of British Cameroons and the beautiful people of La République du Cameroon. Ladies and gentlemen, today I've come to talk about CEMAC. This is a party political broadcast by myself, Maitre Mola Alex Ndive Lisinge, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. On Monday, the 16th of December 2024, President Paul Biya of La République du Cameroon called an extraordinary session of the CEMAC Conference of Head of State. Mr. Biya made it clear that the Conference of Head of State was convened to seek appropriate solutions to the economic and financial challenges facing the sub-region. Ladies and gentlemen, most of us, we think it's just a conference because CEMAC is an instrument to continue colonialism. In the Cameroons, sometimes you will see these French agents talking about Cameroon is one and indivisible. Cameroon is a sovereign country. We cannot compromise the integrity of the Cameroons. Ladies and gentlemen, do these French poodles, do they go and check the word national integrity? Do they check the word sovereignty? Because I want to relate this to CEMAC. And you see, I'll make it clear on this party political broadcast today that Cameroon is not a sovereign nation. It's the continuation of colonialism by France. Sovereignty means supreme power. A country, Britain, America, they have supreme power to decide authority on their country. They do La République. Do they have that power? I don't think so. National integrity means something that people in a country, they have togetherness, oneness, something that we are looking forward in common, that can bring us together. Do we have that in Cameroon? I don't think so. The only time I see some people of La République du Cameroon and British Cameroon, they come together is when it's football and entertainment. Some countries, they don't even play football because football is not one of the basic necessities of life. CEMAC was created by France. Forget they say it was created by some African countries. This country, how do you call them? This Cameroon, Central African Republic, Chad, Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon. So, once as you integrate or join CEMAC, you lost your sovereignty. You see, a lot of political actors, they come and say, Cameroon is a sovereign nation. Cameroon have never been sovereign. Once, as you are member of CEMAC, you have what they call joint sovereignty. So Cameroon is not a sovereign nation. CEMAC, the head of state, finance minister, everything that they do is join. The government of La République du Cameroon cannot make any decision, especially financially and economically, without consulting these countries. And who? The de facto president of this CEMAC country is Macron, the French president. I don't understand how a president of a country, because if you look at the constitution of the Cameroons, there is no powers that give Mr. Biya power to take a country without a referendum, a sovereign country, and join the country with other countries. You can only do that by asking the people through a referendum. But Mr. Biya signed treaties and joined CEMAC without consulting the people of the Cameroons. As the people of the Cameroons, we don't benefit anything in CEMAC. CEMAC is an indirect colonialism. Because if you look at the European Union in Western democracy, on the 5th of June, 1975, Britain had a referendum to join the EU, that they had common economic, like what they are trying to pretend as CEMAC. They had a referendum in 1975. It was not political, because CEMAC is political. So that's in 1975, Britain joined the common market, what they call today European Union. It was just for market economic affair, nothing political. And this European Union, nobody can just join the European Union. They have what they call the Copenhagen criteria. These are conditions that a country must meet to become members of a European Union. Is there a criteria to join CEMAC? I don't think so. If there is one, it should be whitewash, wishy-washy, or window dressing exercise. In order for you to join European Union, there are these criteria. One of them is called the political criteria. You need to have what? A stable institution that guarantee democracy. That's in the European Union. You have to have the rule of law, protection of minority rights. All these things, how did the CEMAC come about? I don't know. Because if you look at CEMAC, all these countries, Cameroon, Central African Republic, Chad, Republic of Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, they are like one country, because one, they have joint economic, they have joint political union, they have everything, they have conference of head of state, finance minister, all those things. So it's like one country. The Copenhagen criteria, again, to join the European Union, you have what? Economic criteria. You have to have a functioning market economy. You see, in Europe, not all countries are in the European Union. Then you have administrative and institutional capacity. But you see, when you look at CEMAC countries, I'm not an economist, but you see that the economic of all those countries, they don't have parity. Cameroon, the GDP of Cameroon is about, 53 billion. Central African Republic, the GDP is about 2 billion. Chad, the GDP is about 18 billion. That's US dollars. Congo, Brazzaville, you have the GDP is about $15 billion. And Equatorial Guinea, you have about $13 billion. If you compare the economy, it is impossible, as I say, I'm not an economist, to bring such country that there's this disparity among them. It cannot work. It is difficult to work in such a situation. The danger, I will tell you this, During the conference, the extraordinary session that President Paul Biya sanctioned on Monday the 16th, Mr. Biya made it clear we must deepening regional integration. That's what Mr. Biya said. Those countries, Mr. Biya said they must hasten the integration. That's free movement of people, political integration, economic integration. So where is the place of British Cameroon in this union? That's the question. Where is the place? We have a money that there's no English on the France CFA, French money. We never agree to use France CFA. Until today, I want La République du Cameroun to tell us, was there an agreement to use France CFA, money that was created in France in 1945? That's French money. This CEMAC tells you that British Cameroon have no place in the Cameroons. And when people say, we don't have anything in common with La République du Cameroun, you have joined CEMAC. CEMAC is made up of mostly, majority, French countries. I'm sure it's Equatorial Guinea that they speak Portuguese. So where is the place of British Cameroonian, Northwest and Southwest, Anglophones? Where is their place in that CEMAC? They don't have a place. Mr. Biya said they have annexed us, integrate us, assimilate us. He said that in France. So now, you are still integrating us in CEMAC. You want to finish those 2 cubes of sugar. That's what Mr. Biya is doing. You want to obliterate the Anglophones. Mr. Biya, sometimes let us go. Listen, it's a political thing. Let us go. An Irishman is in the United Kingdom, Northern Ireland. Irish. They are still, what do they want to do? They want to join Republic of Ireland. They want to join. Anglophones, they don't benefit anything from being in CEMAC. Even the people of La République du Cameroun, they don't benefit anything from being in CEMAC. La République have no right to say the people of British Cameroon should stay with them. As Molan Joy used to put it, married not be by force. The direction that the government of Mr. Biya is taking is a government that no Anglophone must accept. We are second-class citizens in that country. It's a fact. Just to put a single English on that money, they say, no, don't put it because we are integrating them. Don't put it. In 1959, President Ahidjo of La République du Cameroun signed a cooperation agreement with France. British Cameroon was not part of that cooperation agreement. 1959, that cooperation agreement must not apply to British Cameroonians because we were not part of that agreement. The agreement was simple. Some people say, oh, Biya have changed the agreement. Okay, I want to know now if Biya have changed that agreement. France shall determine Cameroon's political, economical, and socio-cultural orientation. Economically, who is controlling France? Our economy is France. We are using France CFA. Politically, all the institutions in the Cameroons are what? ENS, that was created in France. Gendarmerie, that was created in France. ENAM, that was created in France. France CFA, that was created in France. Where are the English institutions? We also inherited our English institution. I've often made this clear. The secessionists in the Cameroons is La République du Cameroun. It's not Anglophones. When you're forcing us to use the institutions that you inherited from France, you're telling us, please leave. You see, when a man and a woman, when they get married, the agreement that they had on that marriage certificate, written or unwritten, when you start changing it, it means you're saying the marriage is over. So to me, I've often said the secessionist is the government of La République du Cameroun, not British Cameroonians. When you start changing terms of a marriage, it means you don't want the other person. That's a fact. They have been changing the terms. Unfortunately, most people who say they are opposition political party in the Cameroons, they are non-functional. In order to be an opposition, you have to be scrutinizing and holding a government to account on a daily basis. You don't sit and wait for elections, an election that you will never win, because U.S. State Department, Freedom House, Amnesty International, most objective report, they say Mr. Biya have been rigging the election. So the institution in the Cameroons is made to rig election. Why should civil servants from ENAM be governors? Governors are supposed to be politicians. You don't put civil servants as governors unelected. The day you start dismantling those structures, that will be the end of CPDM, chop people the money. The day you start dismantling those structures, they rig the election, they steal it. We know that. And we sit aside and look. We don't talk because we are scared. We don't want to die. Somebody will say, Maitre Mola Alex is in his comfort zone in London talking. I used to strike and demonstrate in the Cameroons. Mr. Biya never wake up one day from his sleep and gave us GCE board. We fought for it. Mr. Biya never wake up one day and say, take Boya University. We fought for it. Mr. Biya never wake up one day and say, take multipartism. We fought for it. So, don't say Maitre Alex Ndivelisinghe is in his comfort zone. And I was fighting for those things. When we fight, people eat. Tiko drink, Kumba drum. Tiko drink, Kumba drum. That's what has been happening. Most people who keep silent, they don't talk. They don't want to fight for their right because they are afraid. They don't want to die. They are the people benefiting from what we are doing. The time has come that we want to take over the parliament, British Cameroon National Party, take the local seat, because you cannot fight or you cannot construct something and allow other people to destroy it. That's the mistake we have been making. The cooperation agreement again says France shall manufacture the money of the Cameroons. Which money? Pounds, sterling, or shillings, or France CFA that was created in France. When did we agree to use France CFA? Why not shillings or whatever we're using in British Cameroon? So why? This is that union. This union that have to end. Because I will make this clear. They say, oh, Biya have stopped the cooperation agreement. Are they not still manufacturing our money? That's the cooperation agreement. Are they not still determining our political, economic, and socio-cultural orientation? They are still doing it. So when did Paul Biya stop it? And how can such a treaty be applicable to British Cameroonians? It shouldn't. We were not part of that. It should apply only in La République du Cameroun. Scotland joined the United Kingdom, England, 300 years ago. Their name is still Scotland. President Ahidjo and Mr. Biya in their CNU rebranded CPDM have changed our name. How many times? From Southern Cameroon British Southern Cameroon, West Cameroon, Federal Republic of Cameroon, United Republic of Cameroon, and now they annexed it. They have only La République du Cameroon, the country that had its independence on 1st of January 1960. So where is British Cameroon? Mr. Biya said, Mr. Biya left us. We are no longer part of their country. If you went back to La République, it means we don't want you anymore. We have gone back to who we were in 1960. So why are you annexing our territory, Mr. Biya and co? The secessionist government. I want to have this debate with President Paul Biya and co. Why is it that you separated from British Cameroon and you're forcing us to stay there? This is what we want to know. Again, the cooperation agreement, again, all these links to CEMAC. Because you know, UDIAC was created by France, then CEMAC, all those things. Those are their history. The continuation of colonialism. That's why Sekou Touré said, no, France destroy everything in Guinea. Because Sekou Touré said, no, we prefer to live in poverty than to be imposing a cooperation agreement on us. So they say France shall determine our educational program at all levels. What have we got in Cameroon? Why was I studying Napoleon Bonaparte? Why? To do what with Napoleon Bonaparte? Colonialism. Colonialism. Why is it that I did not study? Whether it's even Umnyobe, it's even better. Ernest Wanji, Dr. Endeli, Joa. Why was I studying this colonial history? ENAM, as I said, was created in France. Is how do you call it? Is it School of Magistracy and Administration? Was created in France. These are their ancient school. We have ENAM in Cameroon. But we, in British Cameroon, it's politicians who become governors. So why are we not operating our system in the northwest and southwest region, British Cameroon? Why? I want to know. Why? And some people sit, they say they are not second-class citizens. When did we agree to use ENAM? France shall determine the educational program at all levels. Why? École Normale Supérieure was created in France. The aim was what? To make everybody to think homogeneously like robot, dull people. École Normale is a school to make people to be dull. Because when you go to this high school, you have to think openly. What's the essence of École Normale? In British Cameroon, we'll dissolve it. We don't need it. We don't need it. If you want history, geography teacher, we are going to advertise the job. Then people all over the country, which is equality, will apply. It will stop this corruption. Why must everyone go to ENS to learn literature or English? We don't need it. There are people of the Cameroons all over the world. If we need a geography teacher, a science teacher, we can put that application. Whether you're in Britain, you apply. South Africa, you apply. US, you apply. So we don't need ENS. We don't need schools that try to control people's brain to think similar. What has ENS done to us? How has ENS developed that country? French old institution. Gendarmerie Nationale. That's French army. They use arms. It's not the same like police. We had police. Gendarmerie Nationale was created in France in 1791. They are imposing it on the Anglophone. We have never never come together. You see, when they talk in England, common law, they look at things that they have common. This one, they have it. What do we have common? Whether with Scotland, whether with Ireland, whether with Welsh. You see, in England, some laws are different. The laws of the age of criminal responsibility is different between England and Scotland. Some law, minor things are different between Scotland and this country. There is no way, even in the United States, that you can make one size fit all. People are different culturally. In the United Kingdom, you don't hear Gendarmerie National or National Police. Police in London is different from the police in Coventry, Liverpool, Manchester, all over the United Kingdom. They are different police. The police in London, Metropolitan Police, have nothing to do with London. So you police society based on the culture of the people. And police, most of them are community. Police work with people. They are not like in the Cameroons where they ask bribe or they beat people. So they are not like that. They are not like that. So when I say France said they will control the educational program, did Britain say they are going to control or determine our educational program? No. France said, militarily wise, in case you want to overthrow these colonial governors, which they call themselves president, France will assist the military. Who created Republican Guard? France. The origin of Republican Guard came where? When the first president of Gabon, Liomba, he was overthrown, there was a coup d'etat. France came and assisted him and they reinstated him as president now. Then they created Republican Guard. That's where it started. Then they have spread it to other African countries. Sometimes, as I say, when we use word, Cameroon is a sovereign country. National integrity. Cameroon is not a sovereign country. Ask any person. Read, Google it. Cameroon have joint sovereignty under CEMAC. Joint sovereignty with Central African Republic. Joint sovereignty with Chad. Joint sovereignty with Republic of Congo. Joint sovereignty with Equatorial Guinea. Joint sovereignty with Gabon. The Minister of Finance in most of these countries, because Mr. Biya said the extraordinary session was to talk about economic and financial challenges, they don't have power to do those things. France makes those decisions. It's France. If you look, there's something they call interest rate. CEMAC cannot set interest rate. It's France. France is our finance minister. They have monetary policy. CEMAC cannot set the monetary policy. France does that. So when they have a meeting to come and drink French champagne, they lie that they come and talk about the financial, economic challenges. They are lying you. They just have to come there to take a picture with Mr. Biya. I respect Mr. Biya, especially his age. But Cameroon is a disgrace. Have you got any grandfather who is 92 years old? Can that person think? 2 years ago, Mr. Biya was in America. Mr. Biya did not know where he was. We all saw the video. Est-ce qu'il y a les gens ici? Est-ce que je suis une vedette? Am I going to talk? Mr. Biya has lost his memory. And these people, they have hijacked our country. They keep on pretending that Mr. Biya is president. Even President Biden, whom they kicked off because they were, in fact, President Biden is incapacitated. That's why he pulled out. It's a fact. Incapacitated doesn't mean that you have to die. President Biden is incapacitated, but he's better off than Mr. Biya. At least he still goes and do things. He's still working as president. He came to Europe recently. What does Mr. Biya do as president? They just put him like a Coca-Cola bottle, a trademark. Then they are piling. They are using the country. They are stealing money. They are doing what they want to do. They are using Mr. Biya. They are using Mr. Bia. If you take Mr. Bia in any court in Western democracy, you cannot try Mr. Bia because they will tell you that Mr. Bia cannot understand the proceeding in court because of his age. Because I understand some people say they are taking him to ICC. You cannot try Mr. Bia anywhere. If they come medical doctor, they will prove everything that he cannot understand the proceeding. Because it's part of the thing they have to say there must be a fair hearing. You have to understand the procedure. These people just use Mr. Bia. Is Unity Palace, is it a nursing home? How long can these people be fooling us? How long? It's our country. London, UK is not my country. That is my country, where I was born. And you people are depriving us. An American can come and stay in the UK. A Canadian can come and stay here. A Nigerian can come and stay here. And when he wants to go, they go back to their country. Diaspora is not a nationality. So that name you call Rio dos Cameros, we have to keep that name. One, your tribe before a country. We have United Kingdom. They are what? English people is a tribe. Scottish people is a tribe. Welsh people is a tribe. Irish is a tribe. So I'm first Bakwere. Before that one, I'm so-called Cameroons. I am Bakwere. First, everybody have their tribe. You are a tribe first before a country. So all these tribes in the United Kingdom, the country is called United Kingdom, Great Britain. That's the country's name. But their tribes are recognized. But in the Cameroon, we don't recognize tribes. We don't recognize tribes because we want to use people. We want to use people. That's all we do. We should come out of CEMAC. There are two things that La République can do. They can either stay in CEMAC with their French counterpart and leave British Cameroons. One, La République have already integrated us and annexed us. Then they are taking us now to another second annexation. If you go to the presidency website of La République du Cameroun, Mr. Bia made it clear at the closing speech. We must deepen in regional integration. They should hasten it. Without asking us in a referendum, they are taking us, they are going to join us, force us with mostly French countries. That's what they were trying to do for Britain. Britain had a referendum in 1975 to join EU, which was an economic union only. Then some politicians, they went behind the scene. They started integrating to make it to be like a one federal Europe, one country, military, everything. British people say, no, we don't want it. You cannot take us there. That's why there was a referendum. Do you want to remain in the EU, European Union, or do you want to leave? Majority of the British people say we want to leave. That's why Britain left the European Union. That's Brexit. La République du Cameroun signed the cooperation agreement without the permission of British Cameroonians. La République du Cameroun joined UDIAC without the permission of British Cameroonians. La République du Cameroun joined CEMAC without the permission of British Cameroonians. So this is the time to give a referendum and ask them that, since I'm not talking about, this topic is not about independence, but it tells you that they have a right to ask British Cameroonians that, since we joined the French Cooperation Agreement without seeking your opinion, since we joined UDIAC, CEMAC, all those things without joining your opinion, do you want to still stay with us? Let the people say yes or no. It is very important. If you marry a lady Then there are things that the lady did not want before you got married. You want to change the things. What happens? The lady will say, goodbye, I'm going. That's not what we agree. You told me A, B, C before we got married. So that's the situation. The people of British Cameroon, that's the situation we are in. And there's something that is funny. At the end of that, is it the extraordinary session of CEMAC? Mr. Biya said something. He said, I would like to extend my gratitude to the International Monetary Fund, IMF, to the World Bank, to African Development Bank, and France for lending their support that they have always been supporting them. Okay, you are thanking France. Where is Britain? Why should you be taking us into a French union? You are thanking, Mr. Biya said thank you to France. Why not no thank you to, why is Britain not integrating to inside British Cameroon? That's the point. Mr. Biya, you people cannot integrate us. You will never succeed. And let me tell you, the way you people are approaching this country, British Cameroon will be free one day. That country, both countries will go their separate. It's a fact. I don't know whether it will happen in my lifetime. Because the way you people are running a country, you have different institutions from us. What do you need? We have police. We don't need gendarme. We have police. Keep your police in your side. Vice President of the Cameroons, Pa Foncha, said, after the British left, Aijo just forced the gendarme and crossed without any agreement. So what sort of thing? It was annexation from day one. You have gendarme. Keep gendarme there. We have police. Let us use our police. We don't need gendarme. Police is to enforce law, maintain law and order. That's their job. So why do we need gendarme? Why are you confusing the country? Now you have gendarme, this, Republican Guard, all that. What's that all about? What is that all about? That country is our country. Nobody will chase us from that country. We are coming back. You will take all of us and put us in Kundenge. We'll stay there. If you want history to repeat itself, the storming of the Bastille will come. Because your constitution, Article 65, says the preamble is part and parcel of the constitution. So when I come and sit here, people like myself, I give my political opinion, which your constitution recognizes. You come and say, oh, some people say independence. You say it's against the law. No, independence is a political opinion, Mr. Biya. That is why when the Yondo Black, they wanted to create a political party, February 1990, you arrested all of them. Because you people don't read your constitution. You don't even know your own laws. How can you run a country when you don't know your own laws? Your constitution says don't torture people. Even after the recent Longue case, they are still torturing people every day. Gendarme, I've listened to some audios. You keep on torturing people. Why don't you follow your law? Mr. Biya, any country on earth that a government does not follow the law, either you resign or they will kick you out one day. The law, let all of us respect the law, including your government members, your gendarmes. They should respect the law. If a gendarme does not respect a law, sack them. But it seems your CNU rebranded CPDM. It seems as if they are allowing these people to be taking those monies so that at least they can be calmed down. So you encourage corruption. I remember, Mr. Biya, one day you said, if people don't give money to these people, there will be no corruption. Instead of you fighting corruption. Don't you know these people are under duress? If you want to take is it your pension? Or you want to, anything, you're under pressure now. They say 40%. Maybe you don't have choice. You don't have a choice. Maybe you need the money. Maybe somebody in the family need the money to go to school or hospital bill or whatever. So you cannot say they are the one giving the money. We have modern technology, Mr. Biya. If you want to stop corruption, you will stop it. You know what is happening. We see all those things. When Andre Chungi was there, he said he was creating La Police de Police. Where is La Police de Police? We just use words in that country. No individual is more than any individual in that country. Whether you are president or people slap presidents in the Western world. You saw they slap Macron. They threw powder on Hollande, but they don't do anything. If it's in Cameroon, you will kill somebody. A person can slap a simple assault. I can say what I want to say to the Prime Minister of UK. The former Prime Minister resigned because he was a liar. You, Mr. Bia, you said in Bamenda, Deep Seaport Ring Road. That was a lie. After more than 30 years. Politics is not about hiding yourself in a 2D. You don't hide in a house. Come on, let's debate, Mr. Bia. That's how they do politics. We have do-nothing parliamentarians, do-nothing senators. They sit there, what do they do? Let me tell you what parliamentarians they do. When they go to parliament, they talk about what is in their constituency. They debate it, even family life. Today, Prime Minister question time in the UK, there's a young girl who was killed by the parents. They were sentenced yesterday. So this MP talk about it today. That's what happened in his constituency. You talk about daily life. Talk about no electricity, no water, no this. Then you look for solution inside the parliament. That is what they call a parliament. Parliament is not what you go and meet, whether it's twice a year or 3 or whatever, I don't know. That's not a parliament. Parliament is a daily job. Like going to an office every day. That's how parliament should be. For how many years? We have never talked about the Anglophone problem. If you guys don't solve that problem, Mr. Bia, that will be all of you your Waterloo. If you don't solve this Anglophone problem, debate it properly. We don't need to be there. Go to the parliament and talk about it. You lie, people. Decentralization, they have given it. It's a process. It's not a process, Mr. Bia. Decentralization is not a process. Decentralization means transfer power. They have transferred economic power to Scotland. They have transferred transport, taxation, health, policing, judiciary. They transfer it to Scotland. Scotland have got its own money, different money, still pounds, but it's Scottish money. So there's no country which is heterogeneous. You cannot take a heterogeneous and make one size fit all. What have we got in common in the Cameroons? Name me one thing. We are different. And we have to apply ethno-cultural democracy while respecting both countries that came together. Mr. Bia, a plebiscite was used by a dictator. There's a difference between a referendum and a plebiscite. Plebiscite was used by a dictator to get popularity. People like Hitler, Napoleon, they use those things. So there's a difference. But I like to just use it together as if they were similar. Because British Cameroonians decided to join you through a plebiscite. It's just a recommendation. It's not obligatory. It's not compulsory. Because I vote through a referendum to join you, it doesn't mean it's not compulsory. When Britain voted to leave the European Union, some MPs, they were telling Prime Minister David Cameron, don't follow it, which is true. He could have said, I'm not accepting it. Why? It's just a recommendation to the government. And Parliament in the UK is sovereign. They are the one to make the decision. But Cameron knew if he doesn't listen to the people, they will kick him out during next election. So you have to listen because the voters will vote again. If you don't accept what we vote, we'll kick you out of power. So that's it. Referendum is just a recommendation. The plebiscite that some of our parents voted to join La République, it's not compulsory, it's not obligatory, it's not legally binding. It's just a recommendation. Scotland joined the United Kingdom 300 years ago. They said they want to leave. What happened? After that, is it 2014, they gave them a referendum. Majority voted to stay. So because British Cameroonians voted to join La République, it doesn't mean one day they cannot say, we don't want to be there. It is their right. It is their right to say one day, we don't want this union anymore, we are tired. That's what we should know. We have people, legal, jurists in the Cameroon, lawyers there, francophones. They don't come and talk, they pretend as if it's not existing. The truth is, equal status must come, which some people don't even know what. I coined that word, equal status. The two countries that came together must be recognized and maintain their identity. And if any time one of that country wants to leave, it is their right. You don't have any right to stop them. So, ladies and gentlemen, the truth today, I was here today to talk especially when these people, Mr. Bia and Co., they came from extraordinary session for CEMAC. They say it was to talk about economic and financial challenges and to look for solutions. They don't have powers to do those things. It's France. They don't control their monetary policy. They don't control their interest rate. It's France. They don't have power. It was just playing to the galleries. Window dressing exercise. France control their economy, their finances, or everything. They just come there. They are head boys. They don't have power. Mr. Bia made it clear. Je suis meilleur élève de Mitterrand. Mr. Bia is a student. A president told you openly that, look, a president tells you that another president, I'm the student of that president. Mr. Bia is doing it deliberately. He doesn't want that they should Sankara him. Mr. Bia, after national dialogue, he did not go to Britain or America or China or Russia to Je m'en vais rendre compte. What? He's going to render compte to the president of the Cameroons, Macron. It's a fact. And how long are we going to sit while France still control us? We know that. Most of you sit there. You want to be presidential candidate. Most of you. I see those who have declared that they want to stand. Is it Kamto? Is it who again? Akeremuna. Akeremuna, come and tell us how you will solve this problem. Listen, let's not just see it. I want to be president. Okay, how will you solve the French Cooperation Agreement? How will you stop France CFA? How will you stop Anglophone not to be annexed for the second time inside CEMAC? How will you stop it? You people don't have a solution. You just want to be next Mr. Bia and bring your family and friends again and surround the, what do they call it? The Unity Palace, they call it. That's all what you people are doing. Let's have that debate, Mr. Kamto. Let's have that debate, Akeremuna. Let's have that debate, Kabali, because all of you people are just whitewash. Whitewash. You people don't have solution, but you want to be president. You people don't scrutinize the government or hold them into account. You people don't know. If you ask some of you what's the GDP, how the interest rate, or blah, blah, blah. Most of you don't know, but you want to be president. That's what is killing us in Africa. That's what is killing us. Let's have that debate. I, Maître Mola Alet Diveli Singer, the leader of British Cameroon National Party, want to have that debate about CEMAC. Want to have that debate about all of you who want to be presidential candidate. How are you going to stop France to determine our political and economic and socio-cultural orientation? How are you going to stop France from manufacturing our money? How are you going to stop France in determining our educational program at all levels? How are you going to stop France to come and be interfering military in our countries? I want to know that. If you don't have that answer, you're not fit to be a presidential candidate. If you cannot debate with Maître Mola Alex Diveli Singer to debate on this topic, you're not fit. Gone are those days that people want to be president when they don't come and have that debate. Because by debating, the people will know if this man or this person is fit to be a president. Gone are those days. Ladies and gentlemen, once more, thank you. This has been a party political broadcast by myself, Maître Mola Alex Ndiveli Singh, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Have a great day, and I wish you all the very, very best. And I hope that when we come and talk on a platform, we are scrutinizing and holding the government into account. That is what opposition they do. When people say they are opposition, they don't come and talk about the economy, they don't talk about... For how many years we have been seeing presidential candidate, no manifesto, politics of personality call. Gone are those days. British Cameroon National Party is the only genuine opposition in the Cameroons. Have a great day.
Des vieux